Hello and welcome back to Tea Book Club. We are an international group of tea lovers and readers. We read a book over a 2-month period and we meet at the end of the first month online to have our social meetup where we pick a theme from the book. Perhaps we have someone come along to talk to us and we do just something fun and engaging themed around the book. At the end of the second month we have our discussion meetup where we meet to discuss the book, share our thoughts, our views, things we liked, perhaps we didn't like, things that inspired us, and really focus on the book. Every week I do a 5-minute reading, and this is just to give you a snippet, a little feel for the book, and some of our members like to actually read along with it, and it's just a nice way of kind of like engaging. So if you enjoy Tea Book Club and the 5-minute readings, head on over to TeaBookClub.org or join Tea Book Club on Instagram, and those links are both below. So I'm just going to read for 5 minutes. One of my ideas for reading this book is to just read the first couple of poems from the beginning of each chapter, and it's just a nice way of dipping into the book and getting a little snippet all the way through. This month, the book we're reading is The One Taste of Truth, Zen and the Art of Drinking Tea by William Scott Wilson. And it's an exploration of the poetry and poems that are used in the Japanese tea room. One of the ideas for reading this book is to just dot through and read a couple of poems from the beginning of each chapter, if you don't have the time or you're not feeling like actually reading the whole book. So that's what I'm doing on the 5-minute readings. It gives you a little idea and little snippets of feeling. So I'm going to read for 5 minutes now from this book. Chapter 2, page 23, No Mind, Non-Dualism. Mushin, no mind. Usually translated as no mind, this character combination might be approached as meaning the open mind without judgment or preconceived notions, without definitions or attachments. The mind that perceives reality as a mirror would reflect it. Paradoxically, no mind cannot be grasped by any of the senses, and yet it may be manifested through them. According to the Zen masters, no mind perceives the world directly and without an agenda. In his letter to the sword master Yagyu Munenori, the priest Takuan defined no mind as the mind that does not remain in one place, but rather wanders about the entire body and extends throughout the entire self. Interestingly, no mind, as defined as natural or spontaneous in classical Chinese, and as innocent without greed or twisted thoughts in colloquial Japanese, thus the definitions are fluid, but do not flow from one to another. No mind can perhaps be best understood through the writings of the Taoists, the ancestors of Zen. Consider the following. Kuan Yin said happily, "If nothing resides within you, the form of things will not be blatant. When you move, be like water. When at peace, be like a mirror. In reacting, be like an echo." Therefore, the way is a law unto things. Things diverge from the way does not diverge from things. The man who is well in accord with the way does not use his ears, does not use his eyes, does not use his strength, and does not use his mind. If you want to be in accord with the way, do not seek after it by means of sight, hearing, form, or knowledge. None of these will hit the mark. If you look for it in front, it will suddenly be behind. Use it, and it will fill all the 6 directions. Abandon it, and you won't know where it is. It is not something that mind can set at a distance, nor is it something that mindlessness can bring near. It will only be attained when you receive it in silence and let its character be complete. Understand without passion, be able without fabricating. This is true understanding and true ability. Put forth no knowledge, and how will you be capable of passion? Put forth no ability, and how will you be capable of fabrication? Lei Tzu. Although Lei Tzu plays with Mushin, using it here in the sense of mindlessness, the message is clear. The way is neither to be attained through intellectual exercises nor grasped through the senses. It will only come about through the mind that is open, fluid, and completely free of intentional doing. The Xin Lun provides us with this footnote. The fish has no fear of the net, but shrinks from the cormorant. The enemy does not begrudge the famed sword of Wu, but hates the man who wields it. The net is possessed of no mind, but the bird is the one with passion. The sword itself without emotion, but it is the man who has the mind. In Chuangzi, in discussing the man of the way, describes the peacefully sleeping near Chue. Sorry, my Chinese pronunciation is terrible. Form like a desiccated corpse, mind that like dead ashes. He makes truth his real understanding. He himself does not hold on to rhyme or reason. Dim and dark twicefold, with such no mind, there's no being deceived by others. Who can this man be? Finally, Liu Ku-un adds this encouraging note. Heaven and earth are possessed of no mind. The 10,000 things are similarly imbued. That is a lot to get one's head around. I'll just read a little bit more. 13. Kakuen Musho, a vast emptiness and nothing holy. Emperor Wu of Liang asked Bodhidharma, what is the first principle of this holy way? Bodhidharma said, a vast emptiness and nothing holy. The emperor said, who is this before me now? Bodhidharma said, I don't know. The emperor could make no sense of this. Bodhidharma then crossed the Yangtze and went on to the kingdom of Wei. The emperor later raised this matter with Qi Kung and questioned him about it. Qi Kung said, does my lord have an idea of who this person is? The emperor said, I do not. Qi Kung said, he is the Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara, who transmits the Buddha's mind seal. The emperor felt regret and thought of sending off a messenger to invite the man back. Qi Kung said, my lord, even if you send a messenger to bring him back, even if everyone in the kingdom went along, he would not turn around and come back. Pian Lu, case 1. And that is 5 minutes. Goes on to discuss that poem a little bit more. If you're enjoying this or finding it interesting, then head over to TeaBookClub and join us for the meetup, which is this coming Sunday, 30th of August, where we'll be having our social, and we will be joining together to share thoughts. Next read, our October-November read is going to be the 1-year anniversary of TeaBookClub. So stay tuned and keep an eye on Instagram for updates, because we're going to be doing something super exciting then. Thank you.